Zach Life Beat Depression. It's day 706, and we're back with another fix here with Bilbo Baggins himself, Billy the Savage, man of many names and many talents, here to help us out, raising awareness, no shirt, no qualms given, just all about it, about having a good time.
Free burn.
All time, every time. That being said, it is a martial arts for mental health show, and we like to focus in on those mental health tools first. First one we practice is gratitude. The more you use it, the easier it becomes to find those silver linings and things to be grateful for in life. Today, silver lining today is Bill. Bill's here, helping out with the cause, and of course, everybody out there, as usual, for tuning in and being part of our social support system, building each other up, showing up for you, and showing up for others at the same time. I want to thank you guys all, guys and gals out there, for being a part of this thing. And you are my gratitude section today. Go ahead and think about the thing that you're grateful for. It could be more than one thing, and that'll help put you in a positive mindset as we move into today's lesson. Lesson. Forgive me, I just woke up. Got about 2 hours of sleep last night, so it might be a little weird today. It happens. And on top of that, got a new motorcycle in, and it's broken. So, couple of negatives, couple of things working against me. I'm going to try and punch out some of that frustration today on the show. I'll be actively relieving my stresses and frustrations through movement and martial arts. I hope you guys can do the same thing out there. We're going to talk about the second mental health tool. We got our gratitude down. Second one is progress tracking. Keeping track of your daily goal accomplishment. The number of days that you show up for you is proof that you are stronger than the debilitating effects of depression or anxiety. Is that 6 on right? Does that 6 look right to you? Does it look right in there?
706?
Is it the right way?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. This is in real life, all these numbers and letters are backwards, so it's very confusing.
Yeah,
sometimes.
that is, no, you're right, you're good.
What? All right. So keeping track of your days. It's been 706 days of consecutive progress and success for myself. Let me know how many days it's been for you. And of course, the more days you put in, the more proof you have that you are strong enough to continue, and the more days you can look forward to getting up and fighting forwards at your level, giving yourself a challenge at your level. Shout out to everybody else who's popping in here. We got Brett, we got Djseanfitz, Mad with Hats, Ken, Lupin Ken, Luca, and Pauline, and Uti Doshi. Hey there, Uti. Thank you guys and girls all for being a part of this thing, all for tuning in. Even if you're just stopping by to say hello and drop a note, I appreciate that. Time is all we have, so I really do appreciate your time and making it part of what we got going on out here for each other. Also, checking in on the comments. Bong Bong, grateful for grass, the one you walk on. It saved me today, and it's day 143 for Mad with Hats. Good stuff, brother. Congrats on that progress. I am also grateful for grass. I won't say which one. And what else we got? Forever grateful for joining this program from Slayer Ken out there. Stay in contact with his mom. And forever grateful for making 314 days of progress. That's good stuff, brother. Give them the clap. They both deserve the clap for that progress. Good stuff out there. Well done. Thank you for sharing that number. As you know, we aim to be the change that we want to see in the world, and by sharing our progress with others helps inspire them to make progress, them to make change. So that's one of the ways we can do that. It's one of the best things we can do for each other and for our environment. So thank you guys for doing that. Luca said he's tuning in with Claire, 2 and 1 today, and they both said hello. Hey there, Claire. Hey there, Luca. Good to see you guys and gals. Guy
Welcome.
and gal.
Mm-hmm.
Guy and gal.
Guy and gal.
Singular. Yeah. All right, that being said, we got our introductions, we got our gratitude section, we got our list tracking, our progress tracking. We're going to move on into the lesson. It's going to be standard rounds today, 3 rounds, 1-minute breaks in between. Each round is going to consist of 3 minutes of striking, visualization, light breath work, and some positive thought framework as we go. We'll be tuning into our bodies, getting into the moment, grounding ourselves in the moment, and we'll be refining our martial arts form. Today we'll be practicing from Muay Thai stance, as we've been doing for so long. Love Muay Thai. Gonna stick with it for a while till we get a good, well-experienced guest from another martial arts background in here. Then we'll kind of switch gears. But for now, Mad with Hats is rejoicing. He said, yay, we got the clap. That's what it's all about. Lucas said, can you see me and Claire? Only your icon, buddy. But one day, when we make it to Canada, when I get that beat depression bus over there, I'll give you guys a visit. We can all train together on the bag. It'll be good times. Until then, let's get back on track. We're going to work from that Muay Thai stance, balanced Muay Thai stance. If you're not familiar with it, the stance guide is on sacklifeofficial.com at the bottom of the free martial arts for mental health class section. You can find the stances for all our sessions on there and be about 99% prepared for each individual class. If you're not familiar with it, let's break it down. I'll be going in orthodox. It looks like Bill is taking a southpaw position. When you're in orthodox position, your dominant hand's going to be in the back. That's going to be your rear foot. Let's break it down. We'll start by squaring off with our visualized opponent, squaring the hips and shoulders with that visualized opponent. We're going to bring the guard up by the brow line, close the fingers, tuck the thumbs, and that guard stays nice and high by the brow line. From here, we're going to visualize a square on the ground, a box right on the floor, and we're going to step forwards with that lead foot, right? Our non-dominant hand if we're orthodox, our dominant hand if we're southpaw. Lead foot goes in the top corner, rear foot goes in the bottom corner, our head right in the middle. It's nice and balanced stance. We want to sink on the knees a little bit. That'll shift the weight onto the balls of the feet, and the feet should be angled forwards. From here, we can execute all of our strikes nice and efficient by rotating through for the jab on the ball of the front foot and rotating through for the cross on the ball of the back foot. Those are our fundamental jab and cross. And when you're in your stance, you want to roll those shoulders up for more defense, curl those hips to add some tension in the body. We can unleash through those strikes. And we want to shift that body weight from the front foot to the back foot, kind of building a rhythm and a flow there. You can carry that rhythm with the hands as well, and that will work into your timing and into your striking patterns, and so on and so forth. And you can come with, we got some weird comments going on.
Oh, yeah?
We got, hey,
Can
Mad
he
with
come
hats. Lucas said he can come with us to space in a rocket ship. And if we build a rocket ship, absolutely, everybody is invited.
You got more money than Jeff Bezos, then by all means, up, down, save me a seat.
Lucas said, you are going to space tonight. Apparently we are going.
Oh, well.
It's not our choice. We're all going to space tonight.
I live in New Jersey, 21 East Midland. Just, swing by.
Don't give your public address out, man. This thing's not safe.
meant...
Anybody can see this. But yeah, it doesn't matter. It's fine. We know how to defend ourselves. Djseanfitz said, which leg is the front leg? So if you're going orthodox, which most people are going orthodox and more comfortable in orthodox stance, our dominant hand, the one we write with, that's going to be our power hand. That's going to be in the back. Our non-dominant hand is going to be in the front. So that's your front leg, is where your non-dominant hand is. Your back leg is where your dominant hand is. And the reason for that is the hand you write with usually stronger. That's going to be your power shot. That's going to be the one that's a little further back. That's going to be loaded. It gives it more time to speed up, and the faster we can make that fist, boom, the more power we're going to get out of that punch. So that's why we leave our dominant hand in the back. So, that being said, let's get back on track. We got the stance down. Today we're going to talk about the teep. It's a very powerful move. It's a great one for self-defense and for a lot of different situations, as well as getting your opponent away from you in the ring or in real life. Gives you an opportunity to escape, and it has a lot to do with the hips. So we're going to break down that teep for you right now. We're going to talk about it from our Muay Thai stance. For the lead teep, we're going to do two, the lead teep and the rear teep. For the lead teep, we're just going to shift our body weight back a little bit onto that rear foot. We're going to lift the front leg up almost as one unit. Don't lift it up chambered like you would in other forms of martial arts. You see chambered kicks. For this, we want to lift that leg up on one plane together. Kind of lift the thing straight up. And we're going to be pulling it into the hips. I'll turn sideways. Bill, you can stay that way if you want. So when we lift that leg up, we're going to pull it into the hip. See how my hips are going back? Kind of preloading for that kick. And at the same time, that lead hand is coming down, and it's going to chop backwards as I drive those hips forwards and kind of press through. Almost like I'm stepping on a gas pedal. I'm pushing with the ball of the foot, curling those toes back, bringing that leg up on one plane, and then exhaling, pushing through. When we push through, we'll let the shoulders go back as the hips go forwards. And we also want to rotate those hips a little bit into that strike to add more force. So lift that leg on one plane, drive through, and twist, boom, twist through those hips as well to get a whole lot of force in that kick. to make it more effective as well, we want to breathe all the way through that strike. Long breath. A lot of times you see Muay Thai guys go oos or woos like that as they strike. That's that breathwork tool coming in there from the martial arts perspective. So we're going to pick that lead foot up, whoosh, exhale hard, and push straight through. Remember, it's not a chop and kick, it's a push kick, right? A teep push kick. And the goal is center mass generally, but if you don't have the flexibility or the reach on that leg yet, you can go for a kneecap. Boom. You can fight dirty. You can go for a groin. Ha! Exhale hard. Drive right through that groin. You're going to do some damage. You're going to toss that person. But the goal here is going to be center mass. When you get really flexible, you can send that kick all the way up, whoosh, and angle up and go right to the face, knocking them over, getting them out of that place. Now, let's talk about the rear teep. That was the lead teep, right? We shift our body weight back, lift on one plane, drive through the hip, chop on the arm at the same time, maintain a balance. Now for the rear teep, pretty much the same thing, but we've got to swing that rear foot all the way through. So we're going to swing it all the way through to the front side, and then we're going to, I'm mixing myself up. Lead teep, bam, rear teep. Bam! There it is. Bang. So for the lead teep, that lead hand drops and chops as that lead teep goes down. For the rear teep, rear hand is going to drop and chop as well. So from here, we want to hinge at the waistline. We don't want to step forwards into the teep. We just want to swing that leg forwards. Almost like we're leaving those hips back, right? We're leaving those hips back, and then we can drive through the hip. Whoosh! Chop that arm, whoosh, and press that gas pedal. Again, using the ball of the foot. Less of a chamber there, yeah, more of a push. Push, we're pushing through. It's a push kick, we're going to push that opponent right out of our way, knock them out of our day. So we'll be doing the lead teep, whoosh, right there, rear teep, whoosh, right there. And same thing, aim for center mass. If you can't get that leg up to center mass, go for a kneecap, go for the groin, fight dirty, it's all good. Make sure you're visualizing that opponent and pushing to your level. Make sure you're drinking plenty of water out there, staying hydrated. And the goal here, as always, is to give ourselves a challenge, not challenge each other. That way we can continue to grow and make progress every day and not burn out. So the things you have control of are volume, speed, and force behind your kicks or punches. Which means when we're doing basics, jabs and crosses, if we do 1 or we do 2 jab and cross, you can do 4, you can do 5, you can do 6, as many as you'd like. Just make sure that you're giving yourself a challenge. And Lucas said, you are a tough cookie and your friend is a tough cookie. Appreciate that. Love cookies. Thanks, Lucas.
I'm in cinnamon oat raisin cookie. Toughest as they come.
Yeah, I'm going with chocolate chip. Luca also said, are we allowed to fight aliens if they're hostile? Yeah, if they come in peace, then the last thing we want to do is fight them. But if they're hostile, absolutely. You always have the right to defend yourself. Alright, that being said, we're going to have that 80s fighting spirit coming through the sweet boombox, wherever it is. There it is. Bam! If you like these beats, you can find them on Spotify. Just search the artist, SackLifeOfficial.com. And let me know what you think. Have the creepy beat going today. You ready, Bill? Do this thing? Do this side by side. You going southpaw or northpaw?
No, I'm going to do orthodox just so the people don't get confused. Alright, I figured it would help.
Either way, whatever works for you. It's all about personalizing it. Make it your own.
Yeah, alright, let's do it. I'll do southpaw. Screw it. I'm into southpaw. Sorry, guys, I'm undecisive. I'll be southpaw.
It's all good. So you can follow along at home with Bill or start in the position that you're more comfortable with, whether it's orthodox or southpaw. I'm going to start in orthodox, that's where I'm more comfortable, and I'll probably stay that way while Bill stays through southpaw. So for the first round, we're going to get this thing going. Go ahead and visualize that opponent, visualize that physical form of depression, and we're going to step in for a jab cross, keeping our chin tucked. Step in, 1, 2, twist through the shoulders and hips, rotate on the ball of each foot for those strikes, 1, 2, sink a little bit on those knees, and return to your nice balanced stance after each combo. Step in, hit him with the 1, 2, right down the center line, chin tucked. Turn those fists over. Visualize making contact with that depression dummy. And back to stance. Work that movement in there. Exhale hard as you strike. out the mouth and make contact with that depression dummy. Back to stance. Hit them, keep going. And remember, you can drill at your intensity, at your volume, at your pace here. So if you want to throw 4 strikes, throw 4. If you want to throw 3, 3. Whatever you feel like, as long as it's a challenge to you. Work on that form. As you throw those strikes, tuck the chin into the shoulder for added defense. Send those fists down the center line. Keeping the body nice and balanced. Head on the center line, feet evenly spaced. And keep it moving. Weights on the balls of the feet so we can rotate nice and easy. And always re-square hips and shoulders with that target after each combo. Back to stance. And we're going to start working in the lead teep now. Ba, ba, ba. Back to stance. Visualize that opponent. And we're going to start with the lead teep. Remember, lift that straight leg straight up like it's one unit. And we're going to exhale, driving it forwards, and then step back to stance. Try not to fall forwards into that leg as a tendency most people have to do. Instead, we're going to send that leg out and then bring it back and get right back into our stance. Don't worry if it takes time. Take your time, go slow with it. It's all good. We're going to lift that lead leg up for a lead teep. Exhale and drive through those hips. Remember, use the shoulders. Let the shoulders move back as the hips move forwards to counterweight, to counterbalance that strike. Keep yourself centered. Square up, step in for the 1, 2. Back to stance, step in 1, 2. Back to stance, lead teep. There it is, back in, 1, 2. Square up, lead teep. Square up, 1, 2. Lead teep. 1, 2. Lead teep. 1, 2. Lead teep. Square up and step in for a combo. As many strikes as you like. Down that center line. Keep the chin tucked. Toss them. Let's go. Toss those combos. Right square in the face of that depression dummy. Boom. Hit them. Back to stance and lead teep. There it is. One more lead teep. And that's the end of round 1. Catch your breath. Drink some water. How you feeling?
Good. Need hydrated.
Yeah, get that water, man. Super important to stay hydrated, get proper rest, and check in on yourself. Make sure you're not feeling dizzy, lightheaded, or nauseous. Those are signs of overreaching, and you want to dial that intensity back.
Yeah.
It's cooking out here, huh?
Oh, yeah. Humid today.
Holy moly.
But it's still nice and breezy.
Not too bad. Yeah. James F. Cargo, thank you for being here as well. And is growing men taller here. I don't know what that means, but I'll get a translation later. We've got 20 seconds before we pop back in for the next session. We're going to start working in that rear teep. We practice the first teep, the lead teep in the first round. We practice the rear teep in the second. And by the third round, we'll be able to work both of those into our training routine. 6 seconds. Go ahead and square back up with your visualized target. Remember to make contact with that target on the large 2 knuckles when you're tossing those jabs and cross. Really visualize doing damage to that depression dummy's face. Every day that we train for ourselves, we get stronger as depression gets weaker. So we really want to consciously acknowledge that and do some damage. Put up a fight for yourself. Step in. 1, 2, hit them. And then back. Back to stance. Step in. 1, 2. Back to stance. Step in. And back to stance. Knees bent will help with that rotation. Boom, boom. Drive those fists down the center line. And back to stance. Back it up. Forward. Down the line. And back. Chin tuck. Throw those hands. Let's go. Turn the fists over on the strikes and twist through the shoulders. Really exaggerating shoulder movement. Help build that muscle memory. Bum, bum, bum. And get those fists going. Right down that center line. Exhale through it. 4 hit combo. Back to stance. 4. Back to stance. And now we're going to work that rear teep in. So for the rear teep from our balanced stance, we're going to swing through the hip, right? Swing that foot through the hip and then drive it forwards. Pushing forwards just like you're pushing on a gas pedal. Foot comes up, pushes forward, and then back to stance. Square up, Muay Thai stance, rear teep. Drive through, chop the arm as the leg pushes forwards. That'll help with the balance as well. Rear teep here. There it is. And back to stance. Square up, square hips, square shoulders. Guard high, rear teep. And back to stance. Square that stance. Keep balance, rear teep. And back, square up. Step in for the 1-2. Back to stance, rear teep. Back to stance, 1-2. And rear teep. 1-2. Rear teep. 1-2. Rear teep. 1-2. Rear teep. There it is. Step in and hit him with a 1-2 combo. Back to stance, hit him with a 3-hit combo. Now 4-hit combo. Back to stance, rear teep. Drive it, drive through that hip. Keep it going, let's keep those rear teeps going. Boom, back to stance, square up. Centered, keep that head centered, chin tucked, guard high, rear teep. Drive through that hip and then return to stance, rear teep. There it is, step forwards into it, rear teep. Tuck that chin for balance. Shoulders go back but the chin stays tucked. Rear teep, back to stance, rear teep. And that's the end. Woo, work, putting in work.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's what it's about. We're giving ourselves that break that we deserve from stress. We're getting it out in a healthy direction. And we're giving ourselves a challenge out here. I hope you guys are giving yourselves a challenge as well. Push into your level. Without that challenge, we can't see growth. And growth is what we're going for. Growing doesn't mean kick higher. Oh. Groin. Does groin mean kick higher? I mean, groin is that center area right below center mass. Bah. It's a little bit lower than center. You're right in the canards. Shout out to Ellie Harbor for joining. Appreciate you out there. We got 19 seconds. We're gonna pop into this last session, and we'll combine that front teep and lead teep, and mix it up with those basics, jabs and crosses out here to give ourselves a good fighting chance at moving forward. Alright, 1 second, square up, visualize that target, guard high, chin tucked, hips curled, knees bent, nice and balanced. Step in for the 1-2. Back to stance, lead teep this time. Boom, there it is, back to stance, lead teep one more time. Boom, back to stance, step in for the 1-2. Square up, rear teep. Drive through that hip, keep it nice and balanced. Step in for the 1-2. Square up, lead teep. Ooh, it's all good, it's all good. So you can squat if you messed up, reset yourself, get back on track, step in for the 1-2. Down that line, down that pipe, 1-2. 3 hit, 4 hit. Square up, lead teep. Back to stance, you gotta build, get it together. Rear teep, let's go. Back in, 1-2. Lead teep. Drive it, rear teep. Back to stance, 1-2. Square up, 1-2. Square up, 1-2. And lead teep. Rear teep. Square up, 1-2. Lead teep. You got it, you can go slow it down if you need to. Rear teep. Lead teep. Rear teep. Lead teep. Rear teep. Lead teep. Rear teep. And back to stance, 1-2. Down that center line, 1-2. Remember what you're fighting for, 1-2. Hit that dummy in the face, 1-2. 1-2. Lead teep. Push him out of here, the rear teep. Let's go, drive through those hips, lead teep. Rear teep. Back to stance, 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. Lead teep. Rear teep. Lead teep. Rear teep. Lead teep. Rear teep. And 1-2. 1-2-3. 1-2-3-4. Back to stance, lead teep. Drive through that hip. rear teep. Put in that work, let's go, really teep. Rear teep. Lead teep. Rear teep. Guard high, back to stance. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. 4 hits. 1 hit. 2, 3, 4. Lead teep. Rear teep. And that is the end of round 3. Good work. Bam. That's what it's about. Getting it in out here, making that progress every day, no matter what tries to get in our way. Make sure that you're keeping track of your progress out there. If you made it through all 3 rounds, that was 9 minutes of exercise. That can change the rest of your life if you keep track of it, if you stay consistent and keep track of it. And my heart is beating so fast. That means you're pushing hard, and that's what I like to hear, buddy. I hope that Claire is not pushing too hard, because we all have to show up to our appropriate level, right? We have to give ourselves a challenge to our level. So if it's a challenge at a slower pace, that's where you're at. If it's a challenge at a faster pace, that's where you're at. It's up to you to tune into you and make sure it counts and make sure you're keeping track of that progress you're making. Until next time, I'll catch you guys and girls, same Sack time, same Sack channel, same Sack life.
Sack life.
Sack life.